welcome you to tonight's broadcast of girls varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports. We are at the Cardinals' nest where the Parkway Panthers will take on the New Bremen Cardinals. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Speedway Lanes, and NKTelco. Again, welcome to New Bremen. My name is Greg Burning. My partner tonight, Dave Kanapke. And Dave, we should have a solid one here tonight. First, let's talk about the red-hot visitors. The Parkway Panthers 17-2 on the season.
Yeah, they've had a great season. They had a tough loss last Thursday to Marion Local, which was really a battle for first place, lost by just 3. Great team. You look at the max stats, they are first in 6 different categories as a team. And then you look at a couple of their star players. Gabrielle Stober will surely be the player of the year. She leads the league in scoring, assists, and also in threes. Allison Hughes scores 11, has an unbelievable 14 rebounds a game she averages. And then you have Paige Williamson, a very good threat from the outside. Coach Dan Williamson has a very talented team. I'm looking forward to seeing them tonight.
Yeah, on the other side, the home team, the New Bremen Cardinals, coming in with a 10-10 record, defeating New Knoxville their last time out. They've had kind of an up-and-down season. Started out pretty good. Middle part kind of got a little tough. They had a couple of injuries, some sicknesses. They're kind of trying to piece some things back together. They're very more, I'd say, guard-oriented. Chloe Homan, their big post player, 6 foot tall, is good and lanky, and will have her hands full tonight, probably with either Sober or Hughes. But on the outside, the I'd say the token part for the Cardinals is their defense on their guard play. Nelson, Hirschfeld, and Powers all really like to harass the ball handlers. That's going to be big for them here tonight if they're going to handle this Parkway offense.
Yeah, this Parkway offense averages 52 points a game. That's pretty high scoring for a girls' team. And like you said, Abby Powers is a great defensive player. Chloe Homan averaging 12. Marina Nelson averages 11. But senior night tonight, Abby Powers, Ella Pape, and Allison Hayes all being honored tonight. They want to get a victory in their last home game here. Should be a fun MAC matchup here from New Bremen. We'll take a short break and be back with the starting lineups and the opening tip. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique, in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it Caring Without Limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back to New Bremen as we get set for our starting lineups. The starting lineups brought to you by Emerson Climate Technologies. First with our visiting team, the Parkway Panthers. The head coach for the Panthers, Dan Williamson, as we mentioned earlier, 17-2 on the season. Just one loss in the MAC coming into this matchup. And now the starting lineup for the Panthers. 6-foot senior guard, their leading scorer, number 4, Gabrielle Stober. 6 foot 2 inch senior forward, number 10, Allison Hughes. 5 foot 6 inch junior guard, number 14, Audrey Nichols. 5 foot 9 inch senior guard, number 25, Emery Niddle. And 5 foot 8 inch junior guard, number 31, Paige Williamson. And now the starting lineups for Coach Andy Timmerman's New Bremen Cardinals. Number 2, 5 foot 7 inch sophomore guard, Marina Nelson. Number 14, 5 foot 8 inch senior guard, Abby Powers. Number 22, 5 foot 8 inch senior guard, Ella Pate. Number 23, 5 foot 6 inch senior forward, Allison Hayes. And rounding out the top 5 for New Bremen, 6 foot inch junior forward, number 30, Chloe Homan. And the Cardinals coming in with a 10-10 record under Coach Andy Timmerman. Before we get to the opening tip tonight, let's talk about our Keyhole Pizza keys to the game.
Yeah, first we'll start with the Parkway Panthers. Coach Williamson, his 3 keys. He wants to keep the Cardinals out of the paint, but don't want to give up the open threes, win the rebound and turnover battle, need the others besides Stober and Hughes to play well offensively, a balanced offensive scoring. For the New Bremen Cardinals, their keys, they want to contain Stober, limit her drives, especially limit the Panthers to one shot. That means stopping Allison Hughes from a lot of rebounds, and attack with patience on offense. Those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Keyhole Pizza.
Cardinals win the opening tip. A good matchup all over the court here as that one's out of bounds off of Nelson. So Cardinals will start with a quick turnover.
Hey, you talk about matchups to be interesting here. Who will be guarding Gabrielle Stober? And it looks like Abby Powers will draw the assignment.
Yeah, and that'll be, like you said, very interesting. A lot of length on Stober. I'd say the speed probably goes to Powers, but some very good ball skills and athletic ability from Stober. She might be one of the few people in this league that can handle Abby Powers. I said that on cue, and then she got a turnover. Powers definitely going to have that kind of night for New Bremen. As their shot is blocked out of bounds, it'll stay with New Bremen.
Great job by Abby Powers on the defensive end. She just got in the passing lane, just like intercepted the pass, if you will, and turn it over, see if the Cardinals take advantage here in this out-of-bounds play.
Yeah, she's given up a half a foot. She's given up 6 inches to Stober on the defensive side. Nelson, 3-ball on the way, is long. Rebound scooped up by Williamson for the Panthers. So no score here so far on our first National Bank scoreboard. Not quite a minute into the ball game. And Niddle going to get called for a travel. I believe it was off of Niddle with the pass.
Yeah, she skipped a little bit, so 2
like
turnovers are ready for Parkway.
Yeah, sorry, I feel like that play gets missed a lot because everybody does that little weave, around the offense, and that little skip kind of gets at every level, not just at the high school level. Pass here inside to Homan, back to Hayes at the foul line, shot off the mark. So a little different matchup there. It's kind of what I thought we would see. Homan matched up with Stober on the Bremen offensive side. As Niddle lets the 3-ball go. Homan there for the rebound for New Bremen. Quickly back the other way. Nelson stepping into a 3-ball, lets it fly off the front iron. Bremen gets it. Pape wide open from 3. Cannot get it to fall. Nichols there for the board.
Both teams starting out pretty cold so far. See who will break through.
Niddle down the lane. Shot doesn't go. Good box out there by Homan, keeping Hughes off the glass.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting matchup on the Parkway side, too. The tall players against each other.
Pape slides in. Shot still off the mark. Both these teams' defense definitely winning out here so far. Stober, step back three, lets it fly, and rattles in and out. Thought we were going to have our first bucket there for sure. As that
I already was marking it down.
It looked good from the moment it left her hand. The rim decided otherwise. Bremen back on the attack. Hayes, handoff to Homan. Both teams playing man-to-man to start. Powers down the lane. Runner does not go. Hughes up big for the board for Parkway.
0-5 so far for the Cardinals.
Feels like a playoff game, doesn't it? Like a little tension. Both teams a little kind of, first beginning game jitters.
Yeah, nobody really feels real smooth right now. And I think this aggressive defense by New Bremen is part of that.
Nichols picked up by Pape. Back out top to Stober. Guarded by Powers. Nichols again working down in the lane. I think that's part of it too. When you can slow Stober down, I don't think you're going to stop her, but if you can slow her down, that makes a big difference. But if that happens and Abby Powers isn't on the court, it'll change a little bit.
Yeah.
Bremen has a couple really nice defenders. One coming in right now. I should say two coming in right now. Both Rindler and Hirschfeld. Hirschfeld more the perimeter presence defending.
Yeah, with somebody like Stober's talent, she averages 19. You're not going to shut her out. You're not going to keep her. If you get her like at 14 or something like that, you got to be happy. If you keep her close to 10, it's great.
Steps in the lane, fires, and rattles that one home. Able to get that one off over Nelson. And our first bucket just under 5 minutes to go. Parkway on top 2-0.
See if Bremen needs to get a good shot. They've had some good shots. Nice to get a little bit closer there as they turn it over on a travel.
Yeah, and that's a tough one too because Nelson had the shot. Probably good she didn't take it. It's early in the offense, that first pass, so good for her to not, but then they slid into kind of a silly, sloppy turnover and give it back to Parkway. Here is Hirschfeld guarding up against Niddle. Looking for somewhere to go, finally gets to Stober, and we're going to have an illegal screen against, I believe, number 14, Nichols for Parkway.
Yeah, she had an illegal screen. She moved there, and impressive defense so far. This is the top scoring team in the MAC in Parkway at 52 a game, and so far about halfway through the quarter, they've only scored 2.
Cardinals looking to get on the board offensively. Get it to Rindler. Powers, nice ball move, gets down the lane, shot up off the glass and in. And when Abby Powers is aggressive offensively, this New Bremen team is a whole nother beast because she usually uses a lot of energy on defense, and so it's tougher to score. But when she can score, they could be a pretty comparable team. 3-ball on the way. I believe that was from Nichols off the mark, tracked down by Niddle, and a good deflection by Homan, and another Cardinal steal. Powers weaving her way through traffic, gets it to Nelson. Hirschfeld open from 3, in and out. Rebound, Stober.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Cardinals get a little bit closer on some of their shots instead of 3.
Floater down the lane. Sweet little runner, Stober. Her both points here, both buckets, I should say, for Parkway.
And that's what's so hard about her. One of the keys for Andy Timmerman was to stop her drives. And you see, when she gets like that, she just floats it in.
There's Powers, circles around to Nelson. Rindler looking to get into Homan, tough angle there. And that one you want Homan to hold that. You know what I mean? You got to hold your position a little better. Don't just reach.
Yeah.
Body up Stober. Stay in there, get that ball, and then go strong.
And for Homan, with having Stober guarded, that's probably the quickest player she's had against her. She's used to playing.
Having that advantage.
Yeah, having an advantage, being taller, being quicker. But nobody's quicker than Gabrielle Stober.
Panthers with the ball, 4-2 lead here, 3:05 left to go in the first quarter. Ooh. And there was an opening there for Adria Miller, who just checked in the ball game, lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, Coach Williamson has his hands up like, what? It's like nothing is working right now. They already have 5 turnovers.
But they're ahead yet. That's,
you're right.
Be happy with that part, but you're right.
It's okay to struggle and still be ahead. That's a good problem to have.
Here's Powers again, driving down the lane, kicks it to Hayes. Hayes shot blocked by Hughes, and she clears it for Parkway.
Hughes, another rebound, and this will have a palming there on Stober. Allison Hughes averages on the season 14 a game. Rebounded. She went over 1,000 in the last game against Van Wert. She had 26 rebounds in that game. And what's even more ridiculous about that, that's not even her career high. Earlier this year, she had 31 against Misinaway Valley.
I wasn't sure, but I thought the official called a carry on the last possession. I didn't think that was even a call in basketball anymore.
I know, yeah.
I'm being sarcastic. You don't see that very often.
Not very often. You're right.
Bremen works it around the perimeter. Powers works down in the lane. Shot, tries to get it over Stober. It's blocked. He'll stay with New Bremen.
And Stober's showing, everybody talks about their offensive stats like I was saying, but defensively, she made a block there, and she's been totally shutting down Homan so far.
Yeah, she definitely has the full package of, like you said, offense and defense. Look inside there is deflected off of Parkway, so a break there for New Bremen as the offense was not looking too good there. They're going to get another shot at it.
On Bremen's side, they're 1 of 9, but they're still within 2 points here, so if they can get a couple baskets, would help a whole lot.
Here is Pape out top. Back to Powers, runner down the lane, kicks it instead to Nelson, lets it fly for 3. It's short. Picked up by Williamson for Parkway. Quickly back the other way. And that was the last substitution, number 11, Avery White, who just checked in, and she took an extra step. And again, a Parkway turnover.
Yeah, they already have 7 turnovers.
Yeah, if you're Coach Timmerman, you're happy, but you're not that happy because your team's not scoring, but you're real happy with your defense.
Yeah, they need to hit one. They're playing very good on defense. Just got to have that carryover on the offensive side.
Kick out here to Hirschfeld. Swings it over to Pape. Hayes, the offense looks almost a little too quick. I talked about the dribble handoff piece, but sometimes you got to slow down a little bit to run, you know what I mean, a little bit of rhythm. New Bremen struggling here. Hayes slows it down a little bit here.
I think when you hand off the ball, that brings the other player's defender right with the ball, too.
That's right. Hayes trying to find some room inside. Will draw the foul. And I believe that's going to be against number 10, Allison Hughes. Her first.
Her first foul for the 6'2 senior. So Abby Powers returns to the floor.
1:34 left to go here in our first quarter. It went quick. Bremen down 4-2. That shot blocked by Hughes. When the penetration's coming from the Bremen guards, you got Hughes and Stober both in there. Have had a lot of deflections already.
Yeah, they've had, I think, at least 3 blocks so far. I can see why New Bremen isn't getting any close shots.
Good help from Hayes by New Bremen. Causes the quick shot. Back the other way we go. Hayes trying to take it the distance. Can't get it to go. Holman was there for the rebound. It's going to be deflected off of Miller as she tried to catch the ball while her foot was on the out-of-bounds line.
Talk about Parkway's offense, how good, but they also lead the MAC in defense. They only give up 30 points a game, so you're seeing that tonight.
The pass inside, shot blocked by, I believe that's Miller, number 22. Also got some of the body, so she will pick up the foul.
So a chance here to score from the free throw line. Senior Allison Hayes with 2.
First shot by Hayes is nothing but net.
Yeah, nice sweet form there. Hayes averages 4.5 points a game on the season.
Minute 6 left to go in the first quarter. Second one by Hayes looks just like the first. And this game is all even at 4.
That's what they need now. Cardinals get a defensive stop, can take the lead.
Williamson gets it out to Stober. They switch on with Hayes, and Hayes able to get a hand on it. Now Hirschfeld picks up Stober. Miller drives the baseline and gets the sweet shot off the glass and in. I think we're going to have a delay of game warning here, I think.
Oh, did they get the rebound and then knock the ball away?
I could be wrong. Not sure what the stop was there. So usually when you see the official running over like that, because I've seen that a couple times this year, but didn't see, usually he'll go over and say something to coach. So I'm guessing that wasn't the call. Back to action, 40 seconds left to go in the quarter. Panthers up 6-4 on our First National Bank scoreboard. Powers out top, Nelson, 3-ball on the way, in and out. And Hayes with the extra effort able to track it down for New Bremen. Second opportunity, 25 seconds. That Marina Nelson open three is what New Bremen needs, because they're going to get some open looks with their driving kick, I think, outside the paint. 10 seconds left to go in the quarter. Nelson coming out top to set it up for New Bremen. Down to 5. Powers crossover. Gets it to Hayes. Can't get the shot off, and that is how the first quarter will end. Parkway 6, New Bremen 4. We'll be back in just a few minutes for quarter number 2. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
Just getting set to start quarter number 2. The first one was a good quarter. A lot of defense both ways and a lot of, I don't want to say bad shooting, but bad shooting percentages.
Yeah, bad shooting percentages for Bremen especially. 1 of 12, 1 of 6 on their twos, 0 of 6 on their three-point attempts. But they were 2 of 2 at the free throw line. For the Panthers, their shooting wasn't terrible. There's 3 of 9, which isn't good. But they have another turn. Their turnover's been the trouble. That's now their 9th already.
Yeah, their defense, like you said, for the Panthers has been very solid as well. And you see a substitution here. They're going to bring in Bruns to guard Powers. That'll be an interesting matchup, an extra substitution for them. But New Bremen's offense has been the real question here. Is Powers fires one up, and that's really what we've seen, right? Quick shots. Quick shots down the lane because you're afraid of getting your shot blocked.
Yeah,
there's a lot of length in that Parkway defense.
They shoot a little bit too quick. Powers doing a nice job. That's going to be a tough foul there, as Abby's going to get her second foul.
Yeah, that is definitely not what you want to see if you're New Bremen. She will check out as Ella Pape will check back in for Powers.
So we'll see who switches around to pick up Stober. I'm sure there's been a lot of players that Stober's got in foul trouble this year.
Here's Miller driving down the lane. Tough pass into Hughes. Hughes able to come up with it. Spin move shot, no good. Miller there for a second opportunity. They swing it to Stober, open for 3, in and out. And I think Bremen lucky there as Nelson didn't quite close out quick enough. Stober's shot doesn't go. Back the other way, Homan, she'll let it fly from 3. It is just short off the iron. Rebound Niddle for Parkway. And now Homan guarding Stober. She's getting the full gamut of Cardinal defenders. Hughes can't get it to go. A lot of contact on that one. As Allison Hughes going to draw the foul.
Yeah, Hughes just a rebounding machine. Keeps a lot of possessions alive. Scoring more this year. She's averaging 11.4 and 2 chances here for the senior going to play at Edison State next fall, or next winter, I should say.
First free throw is long. So Hughes will line up for the second one here. Panthers on top on our First National Bank scoreboard, 6-4. Second one is good. So Panthers now with a 3-point lead. 7 minutes left to go here in quarter number 2. Little full court pressure, ball deflected. Stober all alone. It took a little bit to get it there, but she's still, I thought she was going to finish. Miller there, no good. Ball tipped around and still loose, and finally scooped up by Niddle for Parkway. Kick it over. Baseline jumper hit Stober.
Yeah, too many chances there on the rebounding by New Bremen. Gave Parkway too many chances. Now they got a 5-point lead.
Quick pass ahead to Hirschfeld, and a heads up call there by Coach Williamson. Bremen's best ball handler, Abby Powers, goes to the bench. They immediately start pressing on top of that, and it caused the last bucket for the Panthers.
And Coach Williamson's done a nice job of turning around this Parkway program. When he started 4 years ago, they were 3-20 on the season. Now they're 17-2.
It's a little better.
Yeah, that's a big improvement. Of course, he's got some players now that are seniors, but still, all part of it. He's been a big part of this turnaround.
Bremen trying to get something going here offensively. And Coach Timmerman would like to talk it over, so we'll take a short break as well. Parkway 9, New Bremen 4. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
We are here and here and here.
Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
5:51 left to go here in quarter number 2. Cardinals looking to get their offense going, get it into Chloe Homan on the out of bounds. She hits the bucket, a chance for a three-point play.
I'm sure that was a lot of what Coach Timmerman was trying to do. We got to get some offense. We got to get the ball underneath to our leading scorer, and has a nice out of bounds play. Homan knocked it down, chance for the three-point play.
Free throw up and good by Homan. So just like that, the Cardinals within 2, 9-7. Parkway Stober will bring it across. Abby Powers on the bench with 2 fouls she picked up guarding Stober. As they're going to go up over top, try to get it to Hughes. Good defense by Homan. They swing it back out top. Marina Nelson now being tasked with guarding Stober. And she just is a foul drawing machine.
And that's the quiet part that the high scorers get, is they get a lot of fouls. They'll get to the foul lines a lot, and they also take players out of the lineup by getting them in foul trouble.
Right. Draws it down the baseline, skips it through the legs of Nichols and out of bounds, so another Parkway turnover.
Not a good pass right through the legs. 10 turnovers already for Parkway.
Coming out with a little 1-2-2 three-quarter court press. And get it ahead to Hayes. Hayes finds Homan. Pape open for 3. She lets it fly. It's off to the left. Rebound, Hughes. The human rebounder pulls away another.
Yeah.
Bruns now running things for Parkway. Nichols down the line. Good pickup there by Pape. Stober. Bremen man-to-man defense done a nice job to this point. Nelson trying to deny Stober. Stober still looking, gets it over to Bruns. Niddle with the 3, in and out. Rebound on the floor and scooped up by Ella Pape for New Bremen.
I like the defense there. The players are watching where Stober was and was helping them, making somebody else try to shoot that.
Hayes now out top. Tough pass inside to Homan, and it's off of her leg. Boy, that's a tough angle there.
Against the ordinary defender, it's not a bad pass, but when you're against the athletic Stober, it's just, it's tough. And as Abby Powers is going to go into the game, 2 fouls. I'm curious if she's going to guard Stober or guard somebody else.
I'm banking probably not Stober.
Yeah.
Looks like she's going to line up with Nichols, and they're going to leave Nelson for the moment on Stober.
I think it's a good move by Coach Timmerman there.
Mary Rindler into the game as well. Good pass over the top to Hughes. She goes over, congratulates, or thanks, I should say, her teammate Niddle with a great pass.
Yeah, great entry pass into the post.
11-7, Parkway on top. Hayes thought about the jumper and is left open, turns and fires and hits. A good patience there by the senior Hayes.
Yeah, she looked around. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm open.
Yeah.
Let's shoot.
I think sometimes those are the hardest shots, right? The ones you aren't really ready for. She's able to knock it down. 3:40 left to go in the first half. Niddle with the up and under shot doesn't go. And Hughes going to draw the foul. That's number 2.
That's 2 on Hughes. That's always huge. tall girl is out of there. That has one less post player underneath there when New Bremen tries to get their offense underneath.
Yeah, that gives Homan a much more opportunity inside because Stober and Hughes are quite the tandem underneath there.
Right.
Now I think you got to go inside to Homan. Powers back in the game. Here is Homan with the ball. Brunn slaps it away. Get it inside to Hirschfeld. Doesn't go. And Mary Rindler going to get called, I guess, over the top there. It didn't look like anybody was by her when she went up that rebound, but regardless.
I think she jumped up clean and somebody went underneath her and be in the wrong spot at the wrong time there. That's a bad luck foul call against Mary Rindler.
First foul on Rindler, 15 foul for New Bremen, 5 fouls also against Parkway. Brunn's back to Stober, guarded by Nelson. Both these teams played heavy man-to-man here so far, pretty much entirely. Williamson back to Stober, nice little ball fake down the lane. The runner is good.
Wow, that's an athletic. She was like leaning back when she shot it, and it goes right through the net.
Panthers up 13-9. Powers ball deflected momentarily. Gets it to Nelson. Now to Homan, back to Powers. Powers looking for a lane. Kicks it back out top to Homan. 2:50 left to go in the first half. Again, the weave, kick out. Hirschfeld, open, 12-footer, no good. Tipped out of bounds off of Rindler. It'll go back to Parkway.
That was the right shot there. Just Hirschfeld couldn't. That's really, New Bremen hasn't really forced shots. They've taken the right shot. You just have to have some of them fall in, but with all their shooting troubles, they're still right in this game.
Yeah, I think if I'm them, you keep running that weave, and when you come off of that weave, go screen Stober and drive just the opposite of her. I think you'll get a wide open, probably a layup, because there's nobody else really inside there size-wise to pick up like a Homan or even Abby Powers. So
double dribble there. Yeah, I agree with you. It's just to screen Stober is probably easier said than done. She might
if you do it out top, right? They do that weave out top a lot. So when you get that weave on the handoff, you screen her on the backside of that elbow. I think you'd have a pretty open path to the. It's no different. It's actually a play. It's a play I played used to run. Mm-hmm. It's how you draw your aggressive defender out top. And with her being the length and the height that she is, it would at least give you an opportunity, I think. But it's easier from right here. I got a great view.
Coach Burney's is getting out his telestrator trying to figure it out. But
Do we have one of those yet? No,
it wasn't invented, I don't think.
Good seal inside there by Hayes. And she will have the foul called against Parkway's number 5. That'll go against Brittany Bruns.
Even though the scoreboard doesn't really show it, they've scored 4 in the first quarter, 5 in the second. It still feels like the offense is better. They're getting better looks. It's moving better. Just has to result in more points than what they've got.
Right. And like you said, credit Parkway's defense. They're very scrappy as well.
Yeah.
Both these teams really not given many opportunities.
They got Abby Powers out of there. She's able to get a few minutes with her in there with 2 fouls.
Tough pass there. Luckily, New Bremen, Hirschfeld able to scoop it up, dumps it inside to home, and she's going one-on-one against Stober. Up and over, doesn't get the roll. And the smallest player on the court, Brittany Bruns, skies high for the board.
Yeah, that was a good look by Homan. It was a confident, strong move right against Stober. Now you got Homan on Stober.
Stober trying to size that up, see if she wants to drive down the lane as the clock at 1:10 left to go here in the first quarter.
Surely,
first half.
I can't see them dribbling out the rest of this quarter, but it looks like they're doing it so far.
Yeah, and if you're New Bremen, I don't think you edge out to that, right?
No.
I wouldn't go.
Let them.
Yeah, I mean,
make it be a shorter game.
If it's a different player, that's one thing, but I don't think you go challenge Stober out at that point. Let her, like you said. Ooh. And again, another turnover, double dribble called. That was interesting, like you said. I'm not sure if he was just hoping something would open up. He being Coach Williamson there, but a little early in the ball game for that kind of a play.
I don't know if they were trying to do something or if Stober was trying to draw out home and it didn't work real good. It was a 12th turnover of the game for the Panthers.
So Bremen trailing 13-9 on our First National Bank scoreboard, trying to get their offense going. Final 28 seconds left here in the first half. Homan quickly doubled, gets it to Hirschfeld. Over to Hayes. Hayes going to be bodied, and that's a big foul because that'll be number 7. So Bremen will get a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Good ball movement there. Homan was like triple team, able to get to, when you have that many people on you, somebody's open. That's also the second foul on Audrey Nichols. Parkway's not super deep.
Right. I'd say that it's very comparable to New Bremen in that sense. 2 or 3 off of your benches is about as deep as they have went. Niddle checks back in. Hayes lines up for the 1-and-1. First one from Hayes is good.
Well, the stats I have, she's only a 49% foul shooter, but she's been 3 of 3 right now.
3 of 3.
So hopefully I didn't jinx her on that. Yeah, probably did. But she has good form, very good backspin on her free throws.
Second one by Hayes is perfect. So Bremen back to within 2, 20 seconds left to go here in our first half, 13-11 Parkway. Stober directing traffic out top. Now you got to believe they're looking for one shot, but Stober gave it up there. 10 seconds. I'm sure she'll get it back. Maybe not. 7 seconds. You're Nelson, you got to not let her get that. 3 seconds. Stober loses the handle, and it trickles out of bounds. First quarter in the books. Parkway 13, New Bremen 11. We'll take a short break, come back with our first half stats and the start of the third quarter. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the Internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Welcome back to New Bremen. We're at halftime. The Parkway Panthers on top over New Bremen 13-11. Here with our first half stats, Mr. Dave Knapke.
Thanks, Greg. First, New Bremen Cardinals, you look at their overall shooting, they were 3 of 21, 3 of 13 on their twos, 0 of 8 on their threes, perfect 5 of 5 on their free throws. Parkway just a little better, shooting 6 of 19 overall, 6 of 13 on their twos. They're also have not hit a 3. They're a 0 of 6 on their threes, 1 of 2 on their free throws. Turnovers a big story. New Bremen only 5. Parkway with 12 turnovers. That's one above their season average of about 11 a game. Rebounding dominated by Parkway 17-9. Individual scoring for New Bremen, Allison Hayes with 6 points. Chloe Homan with 3. Abby Powers with 2. Gabrielle Stober with 8. Allison Hughes with 2. Audrey Miller, or Hughes with 3, Miller with 2 for Parkway. You know, look at this. Parkway's got to, if you're Parkway, you got to minimize your turnovers. I think they also need to get some more scoring by Hughes and also Williamson. It's a good three-point shooters, barely touched the ball. And if you're Cardinals, keep playing the defense, but boy, they need to hit a shot. They're 3 of 21, 0 of 8 on their threes. Need to get Marina Nelson going. She has not scored yet.
All right, here we go. Second half action. Bremen will start with the ball, trailing by 2. Powers handoff to Hayes over the far side. Nelson had an open look, passed on it. Swinging out to Pape, back to Powers. Hayes drives down the lane, little runner blocked by Hughes. We saw a lot of that in the first half when Hughes was on the court.
Yeah, he was playing with 2 fouls. She sat a lot of that first half, the second quarter at least.
Stober works her way inside, shot by 3 shot by Williamson off the mark.
That's her first shot attempt of the night.
Pape's pass deflected inside by Stober. Parkway steal.
If you're Parkway, you want to get as up-tempo of a game as you can, but Bremen doing a nice job getting back.
Back screen there by Parkway, trying to get something open inside for Stober. She's doubled on the baseline. I'd say she had to be close to stepping out of bounds. The official right on it. Another Parkway turnover.
Good defense as always by Abby Powers, but Ella Pape also had nice defense, and they used that baseline as a third defender. Turnover for Parkway.
Just over a minute into the third quarter. Neither team scored here so far, traded turnovers. Powers goes down the lane, draws the contact against Niddle.
And the longer Bremen's hanging around in this game, you just kind of feel that confidence just kind of building a little bit here as they're hanging around to the second best team in standing-wise in the MAC.
They've really lived at the free throw line. You know, that's been a big part of what they've done because, as you mentioned, shooting has not gone their way so far in the game, but their defense has kept them in it, along with some timely free throws. As Powers missed that one, she'll get a second. Second one rattles in, and Bremen down just 1, 13-12 on our First National Bank scoreboard. Stober made a long run there to come back to get the ball. Nobody there to get the inbounds. Powers with 2 fouls. She's guarding Stober, but I feel like she's backed off just a little because she doesn't want to get that other turnover. That ball stolen away by Nelson. It'll stay with New Bremen. So again, a Parkway turnover. Can New Bremen do something with it and make it convert it to points?
Yeah, if you can get the lead, that's a mental thing too as well. And great defense being played by the Cardinals tonight.
Full court pressure here again. Powers skips it in the middle to Homan. Pape steps into a 3. A high arcing three-pointer, no good. Homan for the rebound. Shot up, no good. Altered again by Hughes. Hayes on the ground and a putback by Homan. Allison Hayes tripping over her teammates, scoops it up enough to get it to Homan. She hits the bucket and a chance for 3-point play.
Good persistence by the Cardinals. They did not give up on that. They kept fighting for it. Hayes gets the Homan lead for the Cardinals.
Foul goes against number 22, Miller, her second. Second team foul here in the second half for Parkway. Free throw by Homan is good. So first lead of the night for New Bremen, up 15-13. Feel like we're in a Big Ten game.
Yeah. Yeah, see if Parkway hasn't really had that sense of urgency. Let's see if that'll spark them to
They're now running
the pace.
They're running a similar offense here, the weave like New Bremen has been. And Hayes able to sneak in and steal it. Can't you take it the distance? Goes up, gets the body, and a charge. Oh, that seemed very late. Parkway benefits on that one.
That's a big call there.
Yeah, that was... that seemed really late. I don't have a replay on that, but she seemed like she was running alongside of Hayes, not in front of her.
There was definitely contact. I always feel like in that you have to call something one way or the other. It just was, I'd like to see the replay. I'm not sure the defender for Parkway was set.
Nice spin move by Stober, and that's huge because you go from being up 4, maybe 5, to a now tied ball game. Good conversion there by Stober. Momentum and tempo picking up here in this ball game. We're even at 15. Pape, foul line jumper shot looked deflected, and it's rebounded by Miller from Parkway.
Parkway definitely get their share of blocks tonight and deflections.
You can tell Stober really wanting to step into a 3, but Powers does a nice job on her. Williamson got lucky she didn't get a carry. She definitely lost the handle out top. Back out top, Stober to reset. Guarded again by Powers. Pulls up in the lane. And I thought a foul was coming there and a travel called instead. Did not see that.
Didn't see that. I know she kind of stopped set her feet and then shoot.
Might have had
shot,
a little shimmy in there.
Yeah.
It was on the opposite side of our vision, but regardless, official call. Down to 5 minutes to go here in the third. We're even at 15. Hayes almost turns it over. Pape, Nelson, far side to Powers. Nice crossover, Powers. Pape thought about stepping into the three. Little traffic there, spins the other way. Hayes, entry into Homan, back to Hayes. Thought about the three-pointer. Nelson instead. Might have got away with the double dribble there. Powers, Homan, back to Powers. Steps inside the lane, shot no good. Hughes there for the rebound. Little arm action there, nothing intentional. Stober steps into the three, and there it is. You can see her. She's been eyeing at the last 4 possessions. Gets some opening there and hits the three.
First three of the night hit by either team. Timeout by New Bremen.
18-15, Parkway on top. We'll be back after these messages. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. This game will be replayed twice. First, Wednesday, February 22nd at 9 p.m. and again, Sunday, February 26th at 3 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Dave, feels like a big possession coming up here. I think that's why Coach Timmerman took that timeout. He had the momentum. Team took the lead for a minute, and Parkway came back, hit a couple big shots, and now up by 3.
Yeah, Gabrielle Stober, it looked like she's like, I've been waiting for my teammates to take it. I'm going to take over this game. Hit a pass, drove in, and hit a big 3. So, yeah, let's see if the Cardinals can respond here.
Here's Homan, Powers. Kick it over to Nelson, far side Hirschfeld, who just checked back in the ball game. Hayes swings it around. Foul line area, get it back to Nelson. Nice dig in there by Bruns. Powers weaves her way through and gets it to go. An impressive little runner there by Abby Powers. Cardinals down by 1.
Nice aggressive drive and a good answer by the Cardinals.
Stober again directing traffic, loses it for a moment, gets it back. Steps into another 3, that was deep. So if she'd have made that one, that was like a fall away 3. Bremen looking to regain the lead.
Yeah, chance here. I like how they've been patient. They're not forcing the shot. In the first half, they were shooting a little bit too quick. Now they're shooting the right shot. It's not really falling real great, but you shoot the right shot enough times, it will.
Right up where Coach Timmerman's key to the game was, get good shots, but be patient in your shooting.
Yep, exactly.
As you mentioned, his team has followed that here so far in the third quarter. We can't hear him through the mic, but we can hear him yelling across the other side of the court. Coach is yelling just that right now, telling his offense to be patient.
Patience, yeah.
Get that opening. Now he's calling out a play, tosses it up to Holman, backs her way in and scores. Holman with an impressive move, backs Stober into the lane and scores.
Early in the game, she seemed like she was intimidated by Stober. As Holman has gone on in this game, she's asserting herself. When she gets in the spot that she has the advantage like that, she's like, you're not stopping me, and that's what that play was.
Free throw on the way by Holman, and she hits. Cardinals back up 2.
That's 3 3-point plays for Chloe Holman.
The old-fashioned 3-pointers.
Yeah. She must be an old-fashioned girl.
Bruns working down the lane, hands it off to Williamson. Big opening there. She draws all kinds of contact.
And
she drove hard to the hole.
It's the first time I've seen Parkway in person, but Williamson averages under 9. She's looking to, and she has not scored yet. That was a nice aggressive move there by the junior Paige Williamson, an 82% foul shooter. See what she does in these 2 foul shots.
First one rattles around and in. Yeah, you can always tell when there's a good free throw shooter because that happens a lot.
Yeah.
You're in the area of the bucket a lot.
It seems like it's soft on the rim, and in the rim, just a little bounces.
Yep.
It will find its way in.
I think back in the good old days, they used to call that shooter's roll or touch.
Yep.
For us old people. She didn't get it on that one, but right there for the rebound was Hughes. Shot doesn't go, gets it again, spins around the lane, shot no good. Miller on the other side. Hughes up one more time, and Bremen dodge about 5 offensive chances there to come away with it. Powers loose on the floor and somehow come away with it. Nelson back out top to Hirschfeld. 2:10 left to go here in the third quarter. Bremen on top on our First National Bank scoreboard, 20-19. Nelson looking to drive against Hughes. Gets it to Powers. Inside to Mary Rindler, who just checked in the ball game. And a travel called against Rindler. I thought she was going to get a reach-in call as she worked down through the lane.
Referees calling the traveling very close. They're consistent both ways.
Yes, they are. Stober brings it back across. Under 2 now to go in the third quarter. Here's Miller down the lane, trying to get it to Hughes, but Homan read that all the way and picks it off.
Yeah, good defense being played all night by the Cardinals.
Nelson drives down the lane, kicks it over to Powers. Powers far side to Hirschfeld. Back out to Powers. Homan thought about the 3. Said she'll drive down the lane, floated up, doesn't get the touch. And there again for the rebound was Hughes.
Mary Rindler a little too aggressive on the rebound, and you get a lot of oohing and ahhing when you have so many close. I was close to a jump ball. Instead, it's a second foul on Mary Rindler.
3 team fouls against New Bremen, 3 team fouls against Parkway. Homan checks out as Allison Hayes comes back in.
That's a good substitution there. I think Homan looks exhausted.
Yeah.
She needs a break. When you're tired like that, you'll pick up a foul.
When you got, like you said, you're winding down to the end of the quarter. You hope your team can hang on during that time frame. And there's the athletic ability. Mary Homan skies up to get a board for the Cardinals. 1 minute left to go in the third. Here's Nelson setting things up for New Bremen. Hayes takes the body, gets it to Hirschfeld, draws down the lane. A lot of contact on these handoff exchanges. And back the other way as Parkway steals it. Passed ahead and deflected out of bounds. Should be off of Miller. And it was. It'll go back to New Bremen. They're really letting Parkway hedge hard. Like when you watch the handoffs, the bodies are hitting almost every time. But like you said, they've been consistent. It's great as long as they're consistent with it. I feel like the last quarter will tell whether that consistency stands out.
Yeah, it'll be curious. Chloe Homan comes back and got a little bit of break. And when you call them that close, now you get the crowds into every call, and in the players and the coaches as well.
Bremen just gets it in. 43 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Homan brings it across, guarded by Stober. Gets it off to Nelson. Ball tipped away momentarily. Now to Pape as Powers checked out on that last possession too, so you don't have her handling the ball here right now. Pape, handoff to Homan. There's an opening, draws down and scores. That's the overplay. If you can get the defense to commit on that handoff like Homan just did, that opened right up. And here is a Marina Nelson steal, final 15 seconds of the third quarter. Bremen with a 3-point lead, looking to extend. Hirschfeld gets it across to Homan, 6 seconds. Out to Pape, it's deflected, and I believe knocked out of bounds by Parkway. Wow, what a scramble.
Yeah, that was there's a break here by New Bremen. They get another chance quickly. Coach Timmerman gets Abby Powers in for this 1.5 chance. See if they can get a good shot off here.
Pape call out the play. She'll be the trigger. Looking to toss it up, not there. Get it out to Nelson. She takes a quick dribble. It's deflected by Williamson, and that is how the third quarter will end. New Bremen 22, Parkway 19. We'll take a short break and back with quarter number 4 You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County has a job for you. Grand Lake Health System has over 800 employees. Included is Joint Township District Memorial Hospital and multiple physician practices. And we're now hiring a variety of positions that fit all education and skill levels. Plus, you'll get a great benefit package offered to both full and part-time workers. Join this rewarding career and help your community in the process. Contact Ohio Means Jobs Auglaize County for all your employment needs.
Welcome back to New Bremen as we get set for quarter number 4. It's been a good one here so far. New Bremen on top on our First National Bank scoreboard, 22-19 over Parkway.
You can sense a little bit of buzz in the air right now with the possibilities. If you're a Cardinals fan, Parkway, I think, is going to see if they can answer as a good team will. It'll be an exciting fourth quarter.
Yeah, good test here on this first possession. You know, I always tell you the first couple minutes of each quarter big, right? And here is Parkway trying to, like you said, answer. They give it out top to Stober, picked up by Powers, trying to wheel her way in, and that is what Abby Powers has done to everybody here this year. Picks it off, gives it to Nelson, can't finish, and right there for the rebound, Stober, she hustled her way back.
Missed opportunity there, though, for the Cardinals.
And Williamson open for 3, can't hit it. Bruns there for the board, can't get it to go, and Homan down there battling, gets the rebound for New Bremen. Powers quickly back the other way, skips it ahead, Pape, 3-ball, lets it fly, in and out, tipped around and pulled away by Bruns.
Well, of 11 on threes, just a couple of them would have fallen so far. It would make a big difference.
The roof would have come off his place if that thing would have went in. Bruns back the other way, gives it off to Williamson, spins in the lane, kick over, Bruns open for 3, lets it fly, no good. Battling inside. Of all the traveling they've called tonight, that's what I'm surprised they didn't call.
I agree. That was, I thought Hughes walked all over the place there, and she wasn't able to finish.
Good
Parkway has not hit they're only one of 13 on threes, and they haven't finished like that. Hughes hasn't really she's only scored 3 points so far, so that's really been the difference.
Powers setting up the offense. Back out top, Pape, 3-ball, lets it fly, in and out. It's been close. Homan can't quite track it down. Stober quickly back the other way, surveying the court, gives it off to Williamson. She drives, kicks it out. Bruns thought about the 3. Instead, on the other side, Nichols will shoot and hit. And a 30-second timeout taken by Coach Williamson. We'll keep it right here. I'd like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. Chiltex LLC, Burke Petroleum, Seiss Riederman Incorporated, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Park National Bank Securcom, and St. Henry Bank. I'd also like to remind everyone that at the conclusion of this game, Dave and I will name a player of the game, and that player of the game is sponsored by NKTelco. Thanks to all those great sponsors.
Huge 3 there by Nichols. That was a big 3. It ties it at 22. You know, 22-22. Like New Bremen, Parkway only gives up 30, so defensively they're playing normal, but it's frustrating. It's got to be for them. They're used to scoring in the 50s.
You knew they were going to hit one. I mean, they've been too close. They've had 2 or 3 open looks at threes, and they've been really, really close. You knew one of them was going to go, and it did, obviously.
We'll see if that sparks up Parkway to get their offense going, or does that, let's see, this is another one of those feels like a big possession for New Bremen here. If they can answer that. And Chloe Homan has had 8 points in the quarter. I feel like she has really improved just during this game. Much more assertive as a game, taking the right shot. And I
was watching the court official here. He was looking, apparently somebody said the floor was wet. He was trying to make sure that it was good and got the thumbs up. So Coach Williamson down there as well, same side, just the far side of the court. Kind of close to where they just made that 3-pointer.
Unless somebody dropped a water bottle. It hasn't rained for a few days, so.
It's pretty cold. It's going to be rain anyway. Tipped ball there, stolen by Parkway. The defense stepping up for the Panthers. Stober over to Bruns, working her way down the lane, pulls up for the runner, no good. Rebound fought for and just ripped away by Hughes. And Hughes, determined to get that rebound, just ripped it away from multiple people, but not able to convert again, and it goes back to New Bremen.
Yeah, she's getting a rebound. She's not getting it clear right at the basket. Bremen's fighting.
Tough pass ahead there to Hayes. Bremen gets it across. We've not seen Marina Nelson get an open look at a bucket for a while either for the Cardinal offense. Homan out to Powers, little opening there, skips it. Hirschfeld thought about the jumper. She'll swing it back over to Powers. And a good defensive play there by Hughes. It almost looked like she was on the out of bounds. Not called either way. We'll go back to the other side. Williamson, step back three off the mark.
Oh.
And Hughes had that one in her hands too. She claimed clear out the three-point line for that one. She dropped it.
She covered a lot of territory and almost came up with that.
She did.
And
so still even here at 22 on our First National Bank scoreboard. Parkway applying a lot more full court pressure. And a timeout called by New Bremen. We'll take a quick break as well. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
5:13 left to go in our ball game. We're still tied at 22. It's been a chess match here back and forth.
Yeah, I like that timeout by Coach Timmerman. He knew they were in trouble there, and every possession is huge there in this low-scoring game. Tied at 22.
Homan triggers it into Powers. She's picked up and doubled quickly by Parkway. She gets it to Homan. Hayes working down in the lane. Shot blocked by Hughes. And I'm telling you, that girl has 8-foot arms.
Yes.
She gets to all those rebounds. It's no wonder I think you said she averages 14. It shows. Stober, multiple opportunities, doesn't go. And who's there for the rebound? Hughes. And again, I'm not sure how she's not getting called for travel on that.
Yeah, she caught it and she took like 2 steps.
Yeah, like that is
steps.
not a layup on a rebound. And that has happened on several occasions. She will get the foul called against number 23, Hayes. That is her third.
You gotta like her determination.
Absolutely.
You know, she's obviously a very tall and big build, but she has a lot of determination and moves. She's very athletic as well.
First free throw is good. Parkway with a 1-point lead. Just under 5 to go. Hayes hits them both.
Another big possession here.
Now this defense's press has definitely caused issues for New Bremen. They get it across this time, but it's caused issues down here. Homan able to go up strong against Bruns and draw the foul.
And again, Homan got it in a good spot. She went up strong. She'll go to the foul lines to try to tie this game with 2 free throws.
4:41 left to go in our ball game. First free throw by Homan is good.
Homan, third in the MAC in scoring, third in the MAC in field goal percentage, second in the MAC in rebounds. Pretty good junior year for Chloe Homan.
Number 22, Miller, will check in for Parkway. And for New Bremen, number 22, Ella Pate checks back in as Marina Nelson will take a breather. Second free throw by Homan is good. She knocks down the pair, and all tied up 24 on our First National Bank scoreboard.
Here we go. I can see Stober shooting in this possession. She hasn't shot recently.
Hughes looking for some clearing. Homan not giving it to her, and a great help by Pape to draw the double team right underneath. As you mentioned, Stober probing, trying to find an opening. Hirschfeld on the switch.
Yeah, she lost Powers in the screen.
Hirschfeld does a nice job, holds her ground. And a deep three by Stober, and she hits.
Wow. Can't defend that. That was about a 23-footer.
Full timeout taken by Parkway. We'll take a quick break as well. Parkway Panthers 27, New Bremen Cardinals 24. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
4:10 to go here in our ball game. It's been a very good one. Parkway Panthers on top 27-24. Bremen with the ball here in the fourth quarter. It's like Parkway's dropping back into a zone.
Different look.
2-3 look, I think. They're definitely going to want to know where number 2 Nelson is at, because she will definitely step into a 3 given the opportunity.
First time Parkway's played zone to 9, I think, right?
I don't think either team has stepped out.
No, you're right.
Man.
I like the strategy there by Coach Williamson. We were wondering why he was taking time out there. It's to switch it up. And it's just to, okay, now the offense has to figure out how to run it. Okay, what's their zone offense? You got to get everybody set up, and it's making New Bremen think.
Good pass inside to Holman, up over Hughes, misses a shot, but again, goes strong and draws the foul.
Nice play by, once again, New Bremen was patient on offense. They got it to the right spot. Holman went up strong. She's been pretty good from the foul line tonight. See if she can follow up with 2 more here.
Third foul called on Hughes. First free throw by Holman is good. She has 14 now on the night. Second leading scorer behind Stober, who has 16. Second shot, little short, but rattles in.
7 of 7 from the foul line tonight.
That's not too shabby.
Pretty doggone good.
Bremen within 1, 27-26. 3:15 left to go in our ball game, and good hands there by Nelson. Picks it off. Can she convert? Down the floor, loses the handle, and turns it over. You could see there was a lot of traffic coming there. Tough decision there. Kick back. Williamson thought about the 3. Good defensive recovery there by New Bremen. 3 minutes to go in our ball game. Bruns gets it off to Stober, guarded by Powers. Kicked back out top to Williamson. Williamson wheels inside, kicks it out to Bruns. You got to imagine Parkway not going to be in a hurry, but just a 1-point lead. This Bremen defense has been pretty sound and has come up with some steals. Foul called there.
You could see that whole possession, no one was going to shoot it except for Stober, maybe underneath the Hughes. They were deferring to their seniors there, and that's not a bad foul. It's their 3rd foul, but you don't want Stober to get it one more step open. It would have been a basket.
So 3 fouls against Powers, 5 fouls against New Bremen. Stober, though, open for 3, lets it fly. It's off and going the other way. That's a bigger foul. That'll be number 4. If I'm not mistaken, against Allison Hughes.
Ooh, yeah, that is a big one. She got caught on the rebound there. Coach Williams was going to keep her in, but that'll be huge. Can't be quite as aggressive on the boards, and Cardinals can take the lead here with a basket.
Powers walks it up, 2.5 to go. Parkway with a 1-point lead. Nelson, tough angle inside, too much traffic. Holman almost gets it back. So back-to-back turnovers, 1 from New Bremen and 1 from Parkway, or the other way around. It's Parkway first, then New Bremen. Parkway has it. 2:20 left to go in the ball game. Parkway hanging on to a 1-point lead.
Stober's going to have the ball a lot in her hands.
Oh, Nichols might have got away with a little scutter between the lane there. Runs back over to Stober, picked up by Powers, working her way down the lane, double team, shoots it, and gets the roll. And a 30-second timeout taken by Parkway. We'll take a quick break as well. We're back in just a moment. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Just under 2 minutes left to go in our ball game. Panthers got now up to a 3-point lead.
Cardinals have played good defense on Gabrielle Stober all night, but yet she hits that big three before and a big two there for 18.
So Bremen needing to answer here. Don't have to hurry just yet. Well, if that's on number 10, which is Allison Hughes, and it is, she is just fouled out of the ball game. So that is a potentially big foul. Regardless, it'll be.
And on top of it, it's a 7th team foul, which will put 1-1 with Chloe Homan on the line. So huge both ways.
As you mentioned before, Homan's been good at the free throw line. Big ones here coming. Rattles that one in.
And the other thing is, we talked about earlier with when Hughes was in foul trouble in the first half. Now they only have one tall player, and they have Stober in there instead of two of them. And see if Homan can get one more here.
Second free throw by Homan, good as well. So now a 1-point lead once again. Minute 50 to go. Panthers up by 1, 29-28. Bremen just at 5 fouls, so they have some options here as far as that. Bruns picks up her dribble, looking to go, gets it back to Stober. A minute 30 left to go. Back out top to Bruns.
Doesn't look like very many Panthers are going to be confident shooting besides Stober, and with Hughes out, that's one less player who's going to shoot.
Skipped over to Miller, far side, back out top. Stober picked up by Powers. Boy, if you're Bremen, you got to be playing a lot tighter than that.
I would just keep playing defense. As much as Parkway's turned it over, it's been good defense, but they've also had some unforced turnovers as well, and that's a foul. That's the 6th turnover, or 6th foul.
But if you're Bremen, that's not the one you want. You know what I mean? If you're going to cause a foul, get it on a reach, trying to get a steal, not a nudge from behind. You know what I mean?
But
not that it's a terrible foul. It's
Parkway's had 21 turnovers. Like I said, there's a lot of those because of the defense, but a lot of just bad ball handling. So we'll see if Bremen just plays solid defense and see what happens down the stretch.
A minute to go in our ball game. There was a partial deflection there. Bruns back with it. Out back to Stober. 55 seconds left. Parkway with a 1-point lead.
I don't see anybody shooting from Parkway except for Stober, and it's not a bad strategy. But if you're in Bremen,
Miller
almost a walk.
Yeah, definitely missed the travel there. And now Powers just going to come out and take it with only 37 seconds left in the game. And that is really not, it's not a bad foul on the team. It's a bad foul for Powers. That's her 4th.
That's her 4th, and you don't foul Stober. If you want to foul somebody, you foul anybody else on the floor. You don't put on probably the best player in the league here, but still she's just a player. See if she comes through here to 1-1. Coach Timmerman will take a full timeout.
We'll take a quick break as well. Parkway Panthers 29, New Bremen 28. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Welcome back to New Bremen. As the timeout taken here by the Cardinals with the foul on the line as Stober going to the line for a 1-and-1.
Yeah, everything around has been a great ball game here. You have the money player, the best player probably in the MAC. See what she can go through here with a big 1-and-1.
37 seconds left in the game. Stober to the line, 1-and-1. First shot of the 1-and-1. She lets it fly, and it's good. Gives them now a 2-point lead.
That was big. This is even bigger because that would force New Bremen to hit a three-pointer, which you haven't done all night.
Second one on the way by Stober is good as well. So as Dave mentioned, that's a 3-point lead, 37 seconds to go. Still time.
You don't have to shoot a three. There's plenty of time. Get a shot quick. Get a good shot.
And unfortunately, they get a turnover. That ball deflected by Bruns for Parkway. And now you're definitely in a hole. And now Powers can't foul. And there's the foul you were talking about before, Dave. Not everyone not named Gabrielle Stober.
Yeah.
As Miller will draw the foul, she'll go to the free throw line.
Interesting. Coach Williamson calling a timeout will ice his own shooter.
Yeah, we're going to keep it right here as we settle in for this, as you mentioned. So a 3-point lead for New Bremen, for Parkway, and they will go to the free throw line after this timeout.
Yeah, turnovers have been a thing all day for Parkway. 21. Bremen's only had 12, but boy, it seems like in the second half they've had them at bad spots, and that one right there was a bad spot. A turnover means you didn't even get a shot off, and they didn't even get a look there, and that was a big one. But Gabrielle Stober, money player there, hit a big three. But we'll see right now is they have Adria Miller there. If she hits one, it's a two-possession game.
Right.
If she doesn't, Bremen still has plenty of time. You can't just focus on your down three. I got to shoot a three. Get a shot. Get it to Holman, who's been effective all night. Get a shot, you might get a three-point play.
The tough part is you have to get a good shot, and both defenses have played solid defense all night, so it's going to be hard regardless to get those possessions. Down to 18 seconds to go as Miller, coming out of the timeout, will step to the free throw line. Bremen had just 8 fouls yet, so they could foul one more time in a 1-and-1. The big first free throw coming up here for Adria Miller. She lines it up, lets it go. It's hard off the iron. Rebound to New Bremen's Nelson. 15 seconds left to go. She gets it across. Cardinals down by 3. Powers lost it for a second. Skip it. Nelson open for 3. Shot blocked. Holman with the rebound. She'll let it go from 3. No good. 3 seconds to go. Rebound is Nichols, and Nichols will draw the foul, and we're going to walk to the other end, but it is a moot point at this point with, I shouldn't say moot, 1 second, anything could happen, but it's going to be really tough as the Panthers looking to possibly escape here tonight.
Cardinals had a good look there. They had a three-pointer there, Nelson there, but
blocked.
As a block like Parkway's had all night, so many blocks, and it couldn't come in a bigger time there as a block there with 1 second to go here, and it's pretty well over, barring a miracle for New Bremen.
So lining up for the free throw, number 14, Audrey Nichols. It's a 1-and-1 opportunity. If she misses, the clock will go, so Bremen would have to heave it almost immediately. And instead, coach takes a timeout.
He took a timeout because that way he can set up a play. So it'll be taken out of bounds, probably about even with the free throw line, wherever the person got the rebound, out of bounds. I'd be curious how much time. You got to have at least 0.4.
But that's also, they didn't deem it above the foul line. So if it's not above the foul line, it goes back to the baseline, which is where the official is standing. So now you have to get a money pass from that New Bremen W across half court with less than a second to catch and shoot.
Yes.
Not impossible. Very, very, very difficult.
And it's much tougher in girls basketball. They just normally can't throw it as far as you get there. And then you got to turn and shoot. They did get 0.8. So I think technically if it's 0.4 or less, you got to tip it in.
Right.
So they got one break, but you have to get it, like you said, you got to get half court to get a chance.
You need a Christian Leitner from three-point line.
Yes.
Because it can't be inside because they're down 3.
And Christian Leitner, he had a 3/4 length pass by Grant Hill.
That's right.
To get it to
perfect.
him. Yeah, that's.
And they don't need a 3/4. They only need a little over half court.
Yeah.
Still going to be very difficult, but credit New Bremen for getting that opportunity, set it up to where they had to. This is going to be tough, but at the same time, that's why you come in and do the plays.
I could see Abby Powers being involved here at some point.
Abby Burden, number 22, checked into the ball. 32 checked into the ball game. She's pretty good from deep, plays a lot of JV, and you're going to have a timeout taken by Parkway. That will be his final timeout.
You
Coach Williams.
wanted to see what they're going to do. It's always that.
Chess match
is like, okay, does that make the offensive team switch to another play? So that's their second favorite play, or they're going to stay the same way, and I know how we're going to do it. Ella Papa's the one who looks like is going to throw it in. So the big thing, you got to get it to half court, or you got to get it to somebody who's moving, but you got to just catch and shoot. There's nothing else but.
Yeah, two big pieces there. You got to get it to the person to catch it, not get stolen. And then you got to be able to turn and put up a very tough shot to do so. So it's been a very good and competitive game here tonight. Both teams defensively have played exceptional. You know, I knew coming in, because I had seen New Bremen play a few times, that, as we mentioned in the pregame, their guards are top-notch defenders. They do a very good job. Scoring has been a little bit of a hiccup at times, but they've battled here all night, just like Parkway. So here we go, back to action. With 0.8 of a second left to go in the game, New Bremen needs a 3-pointer to tie it. Pape looking to throw it deep, throws it overthrown, and it's stolen, of course, by Stover. As the final buzzer will go, and Parkway Panthers victorious 31-28. 31-28 over New Bremen. While Mr. Knapke gets our stats together there, I would like to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Wagner's IGA, Wilson Health, Winners Meats, Speedway Lanes, NKTelco, Burke Petroleum, Chiltex LLC, Cy Sweeterman Incorporated, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hulsman Automotive, Park National Bank, Securcom, and St. Henry Bank. I'd like to also thank our Keys of the Game sponsor, Keyhole Pizza, our scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank, Think First, our starting lineup sponsor, Emerson Climate Technologies, as always, our timeout sponsor, Precision Strip, and our New Bremen Live sponsor, Speedway Lanes. I'd like to also remind everyone that NKTelco Sports and its sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. This game will be replayed twice. First on Wednesday, February 22nd at 9 p.m. and again Sunday, February 26th at 3 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Again, our final score here tonight, Parkway Panthers come away with their 18th win of the season, beating New Bremen 31-28. Here with our post-game stats, Mr. Dave Knapke.
Thanks, Greg. Looking at the shooting overall, trouble spot for the Cardinals. 7 of 36 overall, 7 of 24 on their two-pointers, but a 0 of 12 on the threes. An excellent 14 of 16 from the free-throw line, aided by Chloe Hillman, who was 9 of 9 from the line. For the Parkway Panthers, they're shooting 11 of 34, right at the 33% where they've been all night. 8 of 23 on their twos, 3 of 11. They hit some big threes late. Audrey Nichols, Gabrielle Stober hit 2 threes in the fourth quarter. Turnovers, another big part of it. 21 turnovers For Parkway, they had a lot more in the first half than they did in the second half, where New Bremen had 13 turnovers, some bad turnovers late, rebounding all Parkway. They out-rebounded the Cardinals 30-16. Scoring for the Panthers, Gabrielle Stober, 20 points in the game. Allison Hughes with 5, Audrey Nichols with 3, Adria Miller with 2, Paige Williamson with 1. For the New Bremen Cardinals, only 3 players scored. Nice game by Chloe Homan. She had 17 points. Allison Hayes had 6 points all in the first half, and Abby Powers with 5 points. And a good ball game, Greg. New Bremen, if they can carry this over to the rest of their season into tournament, that should give them the confidence. They played with one of the top teams in the area, played them right to the wire. A shot falls here, a break goes their way, they would win it. But if there is a moral victory, the Cardinals would definitely have a moral victory tonight as they push the Panthers to the limit.
Yeah, no doubt. I think Coach Timmerman, outside of taking the loss, would be very happy with this team's performance tonight, as well as Coach Williamson for the Parkway Panthers. Couldn't ask for much more, like you said. It was good defense all night long, good offensive at times, but I think a lot of that's credited to the defense, and just some really good, sound basketball, what we come to grow and love here with the MAC, and both these teams did not disappoint.
And Gabrielle Stober showed why she would be Player of the Year.
Yeah, she's excellent.
She did the money shots. Abby Powers and the rest of the team play great defense, and she still scores 20. She hits that big 3, that long 3, hits the 2-pointer, hits 2 clutch free throws.
For sure.
You escape a game like this, and with a player like that. And this, if you're Parkway, they're hoping to have a decent run in tournament. This is a tournament type setting here tonight.
So before we conclude here tonight, we'd like to talk about our NKTelco player of the game. And tonight that's going to go to number 34, New Bremen, Chloe Homan.
Yeah, what a great night she had. She's very timid in the first quarter, did not score, scored 3 in the third quarter. She only had 3 points at halftime, and in a big third quarter she had 8 points. In the fourth quarter, she was 6 of 6 from the free throw lines. All told, she was 6 of 6 on the free throw line, 3 3-point plays. So a great game overall for a total of 17 points for the 5'10 junior, Chloe Hillman.
So again, congratulations to the Parkway Panthers. Their record goes to 18-2 on the season. The New Bremen Cardinals, with the loss, will go to 10-11. And what a great ball game here tonight. Glad you could stick around and watch it. That's going to do it for us here tonight. I'd like to thank my partner, Dave Kanapke. I'm Greg Burning. Thanks for watching, and have a great evening.